Okay, good morning. 7.2 part 2. We're just going to go into a little more in depth. So again, parallelogram y or w x y z is congruent to parallelogram k, l, m, and n. So I've already highlighted the different colors. So first we have to write a congruent statement. Comparing the corresponding parts, determine which transformations map parallelogram w x y z onto parallelogram k, l, m, and n. So this one, what do we do to this one to make it this one? Well, corresponding angles, again, I'm just going to go off of my corresponding or my congruent statement. So x, angle L, angle Y, angle M. Same corresponding position. So Z and angle N. Then the corresponding sides, again, the first two. Side WX, KL, XY, congruent to XY, LM. Okay, side YZ, the last two would be congruent to, oh, I don't need that one, so YZ, MN. And then my last, WZ, KN. Okay, so now we need to figure out what's happening to this one here to make it this one. So again, you could either move it this way first and then you'll flip it down, or flip it down and then move it. But we know that we're going to be reflecting. When I say flip, that means reflecting over the x. So reflected over the x. Now if I think about it reflecting over the x, this will become right here.
Good.
It'll be helpful to just choose that like one point to see. So I'm reflecting from this one to this one. Remember, y and m are the same. So if I reflect this down, it's going to flip down, so this one would be about here, and this one would be here, and this one would be here. And I would use all four until we get really good at it. So I flip this down, I reflected it across my x-axis, and then I need to move it from here. My y is the same as my m, so I need to get it to here. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So translated 5 units left. Okay. Now our next one, we are going to be finding unknown angles measurements. So Miley is using a brace to support a tabletop right here. This is our brace. In the figure, BCE is congruent to DEF. So if CEB angle, so again, you can name an angle by saying that the middle, so angle E, this is the same as writing it like this, angle CEB. It's always going to be the middle letter. So angle CEB is this angle right here. It's just naming all three angles where this is the actual angle. So angle CEB is 50. What is the measure of FGD? So this one here, well, is G the same as E? Well, here G and E are the last in when naming it, so they are going to be the same. So this one, or angle G, is equal to also 50 degrees. Now, in the figure above, the length of CE, so right here, is 2 feet. Sorry. What is the length of FG? Well, this side length, CE, the last two, FG is the last two, so therefore it's also 2
please call
feet.
Extension 3009. Thank you.
So this is one of the biggest things we're going to be doing today, is figuring out are unknown lengths, and you have to say, well, if this is 2 feet, well, these two are congruent, so that means they're the same. So they're also, this one is also 2 feet. If this was, 3 feet, this one would be also 3 feet. And I think that is it for your notes. I do want to do one more that's not in your notes. So if we have, let's say M, R, K, and let's say this is 2x plus 3, and this is 53 centimeters. And this is 2, and this is 2, so those would be the same. And this is 3, and this is 3. So this means, when all said and done, I know that these two things, if I have all of them, so this is 3, this is 3, let's say this is 1, this is 1, this has 2 tick marks, and this has 2 tick marks. I know that these are the same, but for one of them I'm given the actual length, and one I'm given an equation or an expression. So I need to find out what x is. So how am I going to do that? Well, I need to set them equal to each other because they are equal. So I'm going to subtract the 3 because I want to get rid of the constant first, and I have that 2x left because that will go away, equals 50. And then I need to figure out what times 2 is equal to 50, or I need to undo that multiplication by dividing. So x is equal to 25 in this case. Okay. Your assignment, I believe, is page 525, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17.